But then there's TJ. Speaking of the devil, what's happening, my man?
What's
Long time
up?
no see, TJ.
I'm telling you, it's been a while.
Long time no see. I got the red hat now, buddy.
I heard you on your soapbox. I was like, let me give him time. He's got to get it out before I go.
I got to get it out of my system, bro. I got to get out of my system with these snake oil salesmen out there.
I was like, I want to set up a fight between Sergio and Sam Altman and see what.
Oh, that would be. I would love, Sam. If you're watching this, of course you're not. But if you are watching this, I would love to interview you on my channel. I would. I do these, I do these interviews. I did one with TJ. I'm doing it with like regular folks now. I would love to interview Sam. And you know what? The other thing, TJ, that I want to I love Elon Musk. Don't get me wrong, but it was on Joe Rogan's podcast a couple of days ago. I watched the whole 3.5 hours. Wow. And so he said something. Okay, Joe Rogan, I like Joe Rogan, but he's a meathead. He's a boxer, whatever he is. Yeah. He doesn't understand the nuances of this finance stuff that's going on, right? So, Elon said this probably 10 times in a stretch of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
He's looking at AI as utopia. Okay. He says, we don't need universal basic income. I'm like, what are you talking about, Elon? We're going to need it. Everybody's getting laid off, bro.
I got a cherry here so we can get the market going in the right direction.
That's right. Get the cherries out. My hat's for bleeding. Yours is for cherries. But Elon said this. Elon said universal high income. I'm like, what does that mean? So Joe Rogan was like, oh, so he goes, I can do what I really am passionate about in life to do. I go, how the fuck do you pay your bills, Elon? Not everybody has 400 billion. You know what I mean? So like, how do I pay my bills? I'm a truck driver. I've been driving trucks generationally for years in my family. And then you brought the autonomous truck and now I have no job. I go, how do I get to universal high income? And Joe Rogan, of course, did not ask a word about like, how do we get there, Elon? He said, oh, now I can go play golf every day. I'm going like, what? What is happening, bro? How do we get there? How do we get to universal high income? Anyway.
Do you have a calculator that you can pull up?
Yeah, I have one of those on my phone.
No, I'm talking about on the screen. Or let me pull one up.
Oh, you go ahead here. Let me have you share it. We do this quite often. I still don't know how to fucking do it. But I gotta take you to the side, right? Okay, I remember now. Okay, I gotta do this. And then I gotta allow you to share. No, not that one. What the fuck? Share screen.
I wanna show y'all a calculation that I did with my wife a couple of
nights here ago. You go. It's open now. You can put your shit in. I think you can.
And I felt like a loser. I felt like a fucking loser. Okay.
Wives have a tendency of doing that.
No, it's just about the numbers. So anyway.
There you go. I did it. I learned how to do this.
So check it out, right?
All right, let's do it.
Are you able to see it?
Yeah.
So let's take a number. If we could say that we can make $100,000 a day, right?
Okay.
And then there's 365 days a year on average, right? Straight 365.25 or whatever, right? Because but let's just for argument's sake, let's just say that it's 36,500. That's $36,500,000 per year.
Yeah, if you made 100,000 a day, yeah. Okay.
So we agree that is you're probably a top 1% of the 1%er. Right?
Oh yeah, you're 0.1%. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I wasn't there, but the word on the street was Jesus was crucified 2025 years ago, right? Because we're the year 2025, and it's after death, right? Can we just agree on that? We weren't there, but that's what the story is told, right?
I'm with you on that.
Okay, so this $336,500,000 a year, and let's just say we did that for 2,025 years, right? Let's just say that you're as old as time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's $73 billion, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go me and you.
Yeah.
Just click the little icon where it's just me and you. We don't need the calculator anymore. Everybody get a mental picture of the 73 million, 73 billion.
74 billion, let's say.
74 billion, okay?
Okay, cool.
Let's get it to where we're closer so we can get the impact. Are you ready?
Yeah.
That's not even a fourth of Elon Musk's net worth. What a fucking loser we are. You can make $100,000 a fucking day for 2,025 years, and we're not even worth 20% of what this man's worth.
I think
I'm
he's
so pathetic. I like figuratively. I killed myself 2 nights ago when I did this calculation.
Okay, but TJ, how old are you now? You're 50 now.
50. So I'm
okay.
Listen.
Listen. This is one thing I learned. I'm 57. I'm gonna be 58 in 3 months. This is what I learned. You do this, I call it mental masturbation kind of a thing. I don't pay attention to, because I stopped paying attention to comparisons, because wives compare a lot. Women compare a lot more than men do.
Comparison is the thief of joy, man.
So, and then I go like, I don't need to be in a pissing race. I do what I do. I have a good life. I'm thankful I'm in this country, although not lately. But I'm like, kind of go like, the country gave me everything I have. I mean, I use my head a little bit, obviously. But then look, man. Everybody on their own. How many Elons are there, though? Okay, like few, right? My thing is this: I like going deep on certain things. As long as I have some brains left in my body, I'm gonna go. Okay, so if Sam Altman says, "Oh well, if this AI thing collapses, we need government bailouts," I go fuck yourself, Sam. We did that in 2008. We're not gonna give you any of that shit. One, or if Elon, who I respect tremendously, I hope he lives forever. Okay, I hope he figures out how to live forever, because we need people like Elon on this planet.
Yeah.
And then he goes, universal high income. You can go play golf 24 hours. You can do what you're passionate about. But I'm like, Elon, how do I get there? Show me the way, Elon. I will follow you, Elon, but show me the way. Right.
So here. Let me share the screen again, because again, I went down this rabbit hole the other night. Okay.
Oh, you go a lot of rabbit holes when the market's going down. Don't do that.
So here's this one. Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
So based on the recent world data, there are at least 21 people in the world with a net worth of over 74 billion. So the reason I wanted to show this is because there's a funny little story about my life. Okay. When I was at the University of Texas in Austin, my very first dorm room was the exact same dorm room that Michael Dell had.
No way. Wow.
So look at this right here. This fucker is on this list of over 74 billion.
One of his computers,
so all I'm saying is I've drank the same water. I've showered in the same spot. I've eaten at the same shitty kind of cafeteria food.
But listen, though, here's the deal.
But I didn't know how to, but I didn't learn how to build Dell computers in my dorm room, right?
Yeah. But okay, listen. You were a roughneck, right? You call it roughneck, right?
I did, yes.
Okay. How many of those roughnecks are where you're at today?
I would say there might be a handful of them at best.
I bet you can count it in one hand. Okay.
And there were thousands. So, truthfully, I don't know one. But
okay. I know you're a God-fearing man. You got to be blessed to be where you are in life. Always be appreciative. But you know what? These are all good things to do. You know what? Because it sets a target. Yeah. Like I aspire to get there. Of course, at this age,
what it does for me, Sergio, is it motivates me to let me know, hey man, if why not me? That's always my attitude. Like, why not me? Like, what is so fucking special about Elon and Michael Dell that I can't figure out running my own race to maximize my potential? And that's like, I've never been in awe of these people. Like, my wife is like, we were in California the other day and she saw someone that's like, kind of famous. And then she was like, look, it's so-and-so.
Look at that. That is true, Brian Hughes. for sure.
I go, it's so and so, some actress. I don't even fucking remember the names. I just
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
care.
yeah. Women care
Bro,
about that.
I didn't even bother to turn my head.
Yeah,
And then the couple that we were with, the lady glanced. She was my wife's sorority mate, roommate, whatever, at Stanford. And
yeah,
then me and the dude, we kept bullshitting, right? We were talking about he was surfing. He was, you know, he was like, hey, I can teach you to surf. You move to California, and then they have a house in Orange County, and you know, I can show you the good neighborhoods there. There's some good value over there still. It's not everything. Everything's like through the nose. You got to know where to shop, right? So
yeah,
we're like talking like man stuff, you know, real stuff.
yeah,
And him and I, we didn't even bother looking over there.
yeah.
And Kristen's like, aren't you going to look? And I'm like,
No, really.
no, first of all, hey, I don't really know who she is. I couldn't name a movie that she's in. And I just don't give a shit. I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
care. And then
No.
the dude fist bumped me. He goes, we see these assholes all the time. They're regular people like me and you.
Yeah.
And
You know what it is, though? You know what it is? The difference between an actor who people emulate or look up to
yeah,
and Michael Dell or Elon. What is an actor built? Not a
yeah,
goddamn thing. These people have built things, right? And look, they have been at the right place at the right time. Elon got a break with the government loan and all that
big
shit,
time.
which he paid back with interest. I get it. But, you know,
And he's the
that,
only one that did.
yeah,
Tesla's the only one that did during that build.
absolutely. Absolutely. And so
People
these
don't
are
know that.
special.
It's not talked about.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
know what? The right time, the right place, right? I always actually, my wife says, you know, once in a while when she gets frustrated, like a couple days ago, we were frustrated about something, and she goes, "You could have done so much better. You have so much potential." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about? Look where we live. Look what we do." It's like, this is
Hey,
like awesome. What's wrong with
hey,
you?
hey, guys, don't look now, but the portfolio is about break even for the day. This market will take you on a fucking roller coaster if you let it.
I don't look. I don't look anymore. I said it. You
Dude,
know, I'm like,
I logged on this morning and I was down $1.5 million today, Sergio, and now I'm down
and on top of
37,000.
1.5 yesterday. So it's
And
like,
I'm like, though, this is fucking fun, right? This is
yeah.
getting fun now because I'm
Okay.
like,
Well,
there might
listen.
be a deal. There might be a deal out there. It's incumbent upon me to go find it, right? Like everybody gives shit to Jim Cramer, but he
I
has
don't
like,
like.
but he
I don't
has
like
one of the,
buying things on Friday. I don't like
yeah,
buying things on Friday.
no.
I'm just
But what
gonna
I'm
go.
saying is, but we got plenty of cash. I'm not on a margin. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, he always says there's a bull market somewhere, and he tries to go find it. It's a good line, regardless of the messenger. The message is amazing. And
I
you
don't want to
gotta,
talk
there's
about Jim
10,000
Cramer.
stocks. No, I'm saying
Jim
there's
blocked me.
10,000 stocks. Go find a deal. There's a deal out
Yes.
there.
Yes, there definitely is. There's always, and then Jim, you blocked me on X. I mean,
I
I don't
saw
know why.
that, dude. You were like legit. He needs to send you a Christmas
Legit, he
card. It
blocked me,
hurt
bro.
you.
He
It hurt
blocked me.
you.
I was like, bro, all I said was like, if we had an index like Nancy Pelosi, inverse Jim Cramer index, we would make a lot of money. That's all I said. I mean, that's true. It's not a lie. Anyway, but okay, so my wife said that, and then I sit down having a smoke and a beer in my backyard, beautiful sitting, beautiful California day. I go like, you know what? She has a point, actually. I start like, I could have built something. I could have done something. I could have done better. And then I go, what are you talking about, Sergio? You sit on your ass and make money. What are you talking about? I mean, what are you talking about? Are you like a loser now? I go, no, I refuse. I refuse. So the only thing I feel bad about is this, okay? When I retired from the trading desk, I had a chance to go to a private equity company, and that's when private equity was blowing up, okay? The
Right.
free money was flowing, and I was like, if I had done that, now that would be a different story. But then, look, man, we're God-fearing people. We just blessed to do what we're doing.
Yeah.
For each one that I want to be in their shoes, there is a million to be, they want to be in our shoes. So to me, you wake up every day, that's a blessing. So after that, I go like, hey, look at my account, down like 20%. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But then it will manage and it will go on. So TJ, I was on your channel like an hour ago,
Yeah.
and so give this crowd a little bit of flavor of not your positions. We went through that. I don't need that. But what I need from you is some sage advice as a strangler, because
Okay.
you become from a wheeler to a strangler. You still probably
Ah,
wheel here and there, but you once you went to Tasty, You became the Texas Strangler. That's what you became. So
I felt like I was married to the wrong woman.
yes, you were.
And
Yes, you were.
now I'm like, you mean to tell me that I've
Yeah.
been taking all this directional risk and I'm
Yeah.
not getting compensated on the easy money side of this trade? Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Dude, Robinhood, there's nothing Robinhood could ever do if we could ever like make peace with each other. Their platform simply does not allow me to maximize my earning potential. It just doesn't. It's very good for what it does. And it was really good for me because I was learning, right? I was learning. So I was able to cut my teeth on Robinhood. So I don't have anything derogatory to say about Robinhood or the platform. I think the company is amazing. It's exposing a lot of people into the market that probably would not have deigned to even want to do it. It was too intimidating, right? So Robinhood has dumbed it down for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the one thing that we could argue, if we want to call a spade, that is a little bit dangerous and reckless on Robinhood's part is the gamification of investing.
For sure.
Like the fucking confetti and all this other stuff. Whereas like SoFi is boring and vanilla, but it's because they're like promoting like responsible investing, if you will. And not that Robinhood says, "Hey, go do zero DTE." They don't promote that stuff either. But what I'm saying is, it's one of those things, man. Like you might want to constantly encourage a time horizon mindset that's long term, because if you stay in this game long term and you're systematic in your approach, you're going to win as long as like you do your little 3 Ps or whatever that you promote, right? If you don't do stupid shit that can blow up your account and you figure out how to run this race over long periods of time, there's investment. There's a historical evidence over 120 years that the stock market will go up and to the right. There's going to be some blips along the way that are very painful on a daily basis. But if you look back in retrospect, you called it the Falcon view early on, right? Whenever you're from the eagle eye perspective, dude, you go look at the .com bubble on an all-time chart, zoomed out. You go look at the GFC in 2007, 2008.
It's a blip.
If you take it back down to Black Monday, 1987, and then you look at 2020, you can't even really tell. It doesn't. It's crazy how
I'll tell you.
it looks. But when you lived it, there's so many people that got wiped out because they were overzealous, right? And they got.
I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you this: if you bought every single the top tick in '87, in 2000, in 2008, and and during the pandemic, you'd still be way ahead.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Right? But then, no, I agree with you on Robinhood. You know what my analogy about Robinhood is? Robinhood is like you're learning how to ride a bike, two-wheeler, right? Robinhood gives you like the little training wheels and shit. You're just kind of getting your balance together and you're figuring it out. And then when you go different platforms, now you're ready to get in the pool and do some tricks with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, man. So one other thing I want to ask you, and then I know you're busy, but here's the thing. Obviously you experienced a drawdown yesterday, you're experiencing a drawdown today, or whatever it is. How do you, because you have to be a special type of
not anymore, Sergio. I'm up 70 grand until Donald Trump.
Oh, is the market rallying? I don't even know what's going on. So I'm like, all I know is this. How do you handle that? Obviously mentally, emotionally, obviously financially. I mean, shit, 10% drawdown. I don't know how big your account is, but I mean, if it's 10% in a day, 10 more days like that, you're down to zero. So I mean, it's like you got to pay attention to that stuff, right? Of course. How do you handle that? What do you do? Like, do you have a method? Do you just do you meditate, or what the fuck do you do?
No, I definitely start every day with meditation and prayer. I highly recommend it. It really, really keeps you grounded. I walk outside for 10 minutes every morning with my dogs. Perfect.
Okay.
So that's how I start my day. Like I start my day, I do these little trunk twists. I touch my feet on the ground like as much as I can stretch. I do little crazy shit to just feel like I'm centered with the world and with the earth. That's one thing I do.
Yeah.
But as
Okay.
far as like the actual marketing, you log on and you're bleeding, right? You're like
Yeah.
you're like they hit your cathartic artery, right? Like you're bleeding out, and there's not a whole lot that they could do. Put pressure on the wound, right?
Yeah.
So I have this methodology that really helps me stay grounded, and I use it for every aspect in life. And it's called, I start every sentence with 5 years from now.
Okay.
5 years from now, will what's happening right now even be a memory? And it's just, and it's something that I adopted through therapy because I had a daughter who committed suicide.
Yeah.
So I went through therapy, and I still go to some therapy, but it's just like online because I'm further along in the journey now, right? As far as rehabbing my soul, right? Because there was a part of my heart and my soul that got like pulled out of my body when my daughter chose to take her life, because I blamed me, as any dad would. Any parent would. Like, something's wrong with your kids, it feels like it's your fault, right? Because you want to take all the credit when they do well. Well, when they don't do well, you have to kind of like take the blame. And kind of, that's how it works. That's what the stock market is too, right? When things are great, if you're giving yourself all the praise, well, when things aren't great, you got to take the blame, right? You can't sit there and blame Tom Lee or Donald Trump. They didn't push any buttons on your computer or your phone.
Yeah.
You are the reason things are going well or not well in your portfolio. So I just ask myself, 5 years from now, will this have been a life-altering moment, or is it just going to be a blip in the radar? And oftentimes it ends up in my mind, I just got to deal with it. It's a blip on the radar. I'm in this race for 5, 10, 15 years, however long God gives me health, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm in this race, so I'm not going to worry about what happened on November the 7th of 2025. I'm on a mission to get to 100 million. That's my goal.
Okay.
So if you're running a marathon and it's mile 5, you got leg cramps, you got whatever, it's mile 10, mile 15, you're feeling dehydrated, drink a banana, get an IV going. You got to figure out what you got to do to get back into the race and into the swing of things, right? So if you're running, sometimes you're going to have to walk a little bit. Sometimes you're going to have to stretch. You're going to have to get some attention, medical attention. I run a marathon before and it was tough. My body totally gave out at the 20-mile mark. I had to walk for over 2 miles to get my bearings, and then I was able to like basically crawl through the finish line. So that's what I always ask myself is, 5 years from now, will it even matter? As long as I'm not doing something super reckless that's going to blow up my account, it's really not going to matter.
Yeah.
But whenever a trade doesn't go my way, I really have to study it so that I don't keep repeating those same mistakes. And a lot of times, the biggest issues that I've had in trading was too big of sizing too soon. Like, I used to jump with both hands and grab shares because I came from the buy, hold, and hope mentality, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I stumbled upon this. Really, really help you guys, man. Go watch some Warren Buffett interviews. He gives you a lot of nuggets, but you have to listen to him for like an hour to get the nugget, right? So it's tough because he's not just like a one-liner. That's not who he is. He gives you like a whole story, and then he gives you some nuggets. So I found a nugget about 3 years ago. I was late at night scrolling Warren Buffett because he's the investor that I look up to the most. Like, for me, right? We all have our guys. He's at the top for me. And he said something like, if you can only make like 5 transactions, and I'm paraphrasing, right? Because this was 3 years ago. Yeah. But if you only make like 5 transactions a year or 10 transactions a year, you would probably be extremely deliberate with what stock you could buy. Like, if you only had like 5, 6, what is it, like 6 bullets in the chamber, right? For the traditional 6, whatever the hell it's called, the shooter. I don't know. I'm not a gun person, but there's these old pistols that have 6 rounds, right? Yeah. So if you only got 6 rounds, you got to be real judicious with if you don't have any more to reload, right? You got to be real judicious with how you pull the trigger. You got to make sure that you hit your target.
Yeah.
Because you only have so many bullets to work with. So if you look at your capital as like a bullet to work with, you don't want to just spray and pray. You know what I mean? This is an AR-15
Oh yeah.
where you're just going crazy. And I feel like when I first started selling options and even swing trading, Sergio, I'm a recovering sprayer and prayer.
Hope and pray.
I would buy too much and too many and too quickly. And now I'm like, dude, every day I deal with, oh, check out this ticker, check out that ticker. And I'll go check out that ticker and let me do Druckenmiller, invest in and investigate, right?
Junkie.
And I was a junkie. I was a fucking junkie.
Yeah.
And I was like, now it's like, if I can't devise a plan to make $100,000 with this ticker, I'm not even going to look at it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Study the company and all that stuff. That's great. But you still have to devise a trading plan, or if it's an investment plan, or if it's going to be like, well, if the trade doesn't go against me, I'm going to turn into an investor, right? Because a lot of long-term investors, it's all bullshit. They got caught short-term and they turned into long-term investors. That wasn't their mindset going into the trade, right?
I met a lot of those.
So I asked myself, can I devise a plan to make 100 grand or 250 grand, or now the goal gets bigger? Like sometimes I devise plans to make $1 million. Like I did that recently with SoFi. I devised a plan to make $1 million in 90 days, and it worked out to about 1.7 because I was negative 200 going in. So we ended up at 1.5, and now I'm devising another plan to make 750,000. That trade isn't going for me right now. So it's like, again, this is a what have you done for me lately business, right? So at the end of the day, you're up 1.5, but then you end up losing 750 grand. You're still just net 750. So like I'm like devising trading plans with each ticker on how can I get to my goal. So I always keep my eyes on the prize, man. And I don't let what's going on today, especially the stuff that's out of my control, to stress me out. So I focus on my positions, my tickers, my cash balance, and I really focus my attention on managing my portfolio and tuning out the CNBCs and all that stuff. Unless I see something that says government reopens, let me turn on the volume, because that's relevant to what we got going on here, right? Because that's real macro stuff. But if it's just a bunch of, Tom Lee's on CNBC again, okay, cool. I'll get to the interview when I fucking get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to stop everything I'm doing in the middle of the day, because I need to make sure that I'm aligned accordingly. Do I have some safeguards in place in case the shit hits the fan? I start running scenarios with conditional value at risk. If the IB spikes 25%, what does it do to my portfolio, et cetera, to make sure that, hey, I'm not going to go to the weekend and then wake up on Monday and they liquidated a bunch of positions. I got myself in a margin call and I wasn't paying attention, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think I love the approach you have, though, right? So the thing is, you always like pull back a little bit. I call it like the Falcon mode. You know how they like soar and they look down? Only when they need to catch something, they just swoop down, catch it, and go back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's Falcon mode that I go like, okay, if I did everything correctly to get in, I don't need to swoop down a lot. I just need to swoop down like once in a while to grab something to eat,
Agreed.
So that's the same thing with Warren Buffett. That's the same thing I say with the 3 Ps: patience, position size, and planning. If you have patience, it'll come to you. Don't chase it. Like I said on your podcast an hour ago, as a trader, we have 2 choices. We either sit on our hands or we do it. And the more you do it, the more adrenaline you get, the more junky you become, and then you're not going to end well. You're going to need rehab for that. So, or sit on your hands. The best people that I've known over the last 30 years know how to sit on their hands. Yeah. They don't go like, they don't get the FOMO, they go like, oh, I have to do something. I'm like, no, you don't have to do shit.
Right.
You just sit. But no, man, I appreciate you. I really do. And so when the tough gets going, you know what the women do? They go shopping.
Yeah.
What do we do? We just go in the backyard, have a beer. That's about it. That's all we do. But yeah, man.
That's about it. But man, I gotta go run. I actually gotta go make a deposit and pay some bills for my dad, and I gotta go check on him because he's having some stents put in. So the doctor wants to put him on a regimen for a couple of weeks because they're doing the procedure on the 25th of the month. So I got to
like
go make sure
block
that he
dinners
gets
and things like that. All right, be the good
yeah,
son that you are. Listen, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
for sure,
We'll see
man.
you
Well,
around. All this shall pass, folks. All this shall pass. Don't worry.
yeah, agreed.
All
I
right.
think that tomorrow is a new day, right? And I think that this is a good time. It's Friday. Hopefully, a lot of y'all's portfolios are rebounding as well. Like I see Bitcoin on the screen is up now 1.5%. But what you want to do on a weekend like this one coming up is reflect on how you felt and why you felt that way, because it's a real good time to do an introspection, because this is like my trick. Like if there's like this one secret sauce that I don't share on the channel much, I usually just save it for the members, but I'm going to give it to you guys. It's a real small group anyway, but don't be posting it on X. Make sure your capital matches your conviction. A lot of times I have positions and I don't have the capital in the right places, in the right sizing, because I took too many trades on that were just supposed to work out, and then they don't work out. And then I do stupid shit like averaging down and all this other stuff. And before you know, you only have a certain amount of money to work with, right? It's finite. Yeah. We're not the Fed. We can't print money. So then you run out of capital for your highest conviction plays. So look at your portfolio, do the Falcon view or the eagle eye view that I'm saying, that Sergio was saying earlier, and make sure that your capital is matching your conviction.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to be sleeping like this. And then make sure that you're not using so much leverage to where a bigger, black swan event could wipe you out.
Yep.
Because you need to make sure that you're in this game for the long haul, because we already know that if we learn how to sell options, because mostly we're all premium sellers here, or you define risk price, whatever you want to do. We all know that if you stay in the market long enough, that it's going to go up and to the right. There's historical evidence of that happening. So as long as you believe that at some point the government is going to get it together and not keep going $1 trillion in debt every fucking quarter, we should come out on the other side of this thing. But that is a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But that, to me, like if there's one thing that keeps me up at night, it isn't my positions. It's, what does this country look like in 5 years if we stay on this path? And I just think that there's a lot of people that they have this magical credit card syndrome. You're like a trust fund baby. Your dad gives you the Amex. And if things get tight, we just increase the limit on the Amex, increase the limit on the Amex. That's what printing money is, right? You're increasing the limit on the Amex. And at some point, the Amex is going to say, hey, we just need a payment.
Yeah.
We need to pay down the principal, right? And at some point, you spread yourself too thin, like on your personal credit report. At some point, they'll say, hey, your debt to income ratios are not where we need them to be. It's not that we don't trust that you're going to be able to pay your bills. You've got historical evidence that says you pay your bills. We don't trust you're going to be able to pay more bills because you're overloading the donkey, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're in a situation in this country right now where we have legitimately overloaded the fucking donkey, and the country doesn't want to act like a responsible adult. Each and every one of us in the chat, Sergio, myself included, we all have to deal within the confines of our budget. But this country refuses to do that.
Yeah.
And to me, that ideology is simply not sustainable.
Right. Well, I've been talking about that for a year. Well, man, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.